Here's a slightly bitter truth. Sometimes you're not buying food. You're buying spelling. Add one letter, an A, to cocoa, and suddenly the price jumps by 50%. Sometimes even doubles. Cacao sounds more original, more pure, like you're stepping into the Amazon rainforest at sunrise instead of standing under the cold fluorescent lights of a supermarket aisle. But take a breath. Those two names begin with the same bean. The cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, doesn't care what its seeds will eventually be called. It simply grows, bears fruit, and leaves humans to decide their marketing destiny. The difference isn't the species. It's the level of processing. Cacao is often used to describe beans that undergo minimal heat processing. Cocoa refers to the roasted version, sometimes alkalized to create a darker color and smoother flavor. At their core, they're the same character. The only difference is whether they went through a kind of trial by fire in a roasting chamber. And here's where the paradox appears. The version that undergoes less work often sells for more. Put yourself in the shoes of a manufacturer. You have two options. 1. Roast. Grind. Alkalize. Carefully control flavor development. Ensure solubility and stability in baking formulas. 2. Keep everything closer to nature. Label it raw. Add a few lines about flavonoids and antioxidants and set a higher price. In terms of production costs, the more heavily processed product actually requires more energy. Roasting at 130–150 degrees Celsius isn't trivial. To put that in perspective, 150 degrees Celsius is hot enough for cooking oil to begin lightly smoking. Maintaining that temperature across tons of beans daily demands electricity, machinery, and quality control, all of which add to cost. Yet on store shelves, a bag labeled raw cacao may cost more than carefully roasted cocoa. Because we're not just buying powder, we're buying a story. Raw suggests purity. Superfood sounds like an investment in health rather than a snack. That extra A doesn't dramatically alter molecular structure, but it transforms perception. This is where marketing meets psychology. When something carries the label superfood, your brain activates a justification mechanism. You're more willing to spend extra because you believe you're making a smarter choice. It's like buying a leather-bound notebook because you think you'll write more profound thoughts in it, even if you end up jotting down grocery lists. There's another layer of irony. Most people who buy raw cacao eventually add sugar, almond milk, honey, or syrup to their cup. That original bitterness? Not everyone embraces it. High flavonoid content sounds impressive. Some studies suggest raw cacao retains more antioxidants because it hasn't been roasted. But if you add 20 grams of sugar to your drink, roughly 4 teaspoons, about the amount in a small can of soda, that nutritional edge starts to fade into the background. You pay for authenticity, then immediately modify it to make it more palatable. Sound familiar? It's like buying 100% pure Arabica coffee and then adding caramel, whipped cream, and vanilla syrup. The market understands this very well. It doesn't just sell products. It sells the feeling of, I'm taking care of myself. And so one extra A becomes a symbol of value. Ironically, cocoa, the heat-processed and sometimes alkalized version, is more stable in baking. It dissolves better in liquids. Its color is more consistent. Its bitterness is milder. In the food industry, stability is as crucial as a precisely calibrated instrument in a laboratory. But stability isn't always glamorous. Raw cacao sounds like a healthy lifestyle statement. Processed cocoa sounds like something that rolled off an assembly line. In reality, both have undergone multiple steps: fermentation, drying, grinding long before reaching your kitchen. We tend to romanticize what appears less altered,
natural boost.
even when the alteration itself improves usability and flavor. So, are you paying for nutrients or for the feeling of being closer to nature? This question isn't limited to cacao. It echoes across many products: raw sugar, pink salt, cold-pressed oils, alkaline water. Each time, a bit of science dissolves into a glass of marketing. That doesn't mean raw cacao has no real value. It does. Higher antioxidant content isn't fiction, but the distance between biological value and retail price is sometimes stretched by emotion. Next time you hold two nearly identical bags in your hands, try asking yourself, am I buying molecules or am I buying a narrative? And if you decide you still prefer the narrative, that's okay too. We are storytelling creatures. We eat with belief as much as we eat with taste. And if you're curious to unpack more of these expensive letters in the world of food, perhaps next time we should talk about something even more inflated than cacao. Trust me, not everything that sounds original is as original as it seems.